can we please talk about UFC Vegas 38 as well as loads of the UFC news? I'm going to address one thing that seems to have really gotten some people riled up that I said last week, but I stand by it. And yeah, so there was a lot that went on at the weekend. The bets were absolutely terrible, so let's have a good laugh at how, woof, they were some awful, even for me, they were bad. So yeah, the Burt Locker is about to start right now. Let's have a look. So, I did do a couple of bets that weren't on my video because I watched most of it live because it was on relatively early in the UK, and so I had it was 5-1 that Shevchenko would get dusted by TKO KO, and I thought that was a sure thing, so I had a quick go on that. And also shout out to Nico Price and Cowboy Oliveira because that was a superb fight. That was brilliant. And yeah, I mean, also, how is Cowboy Oliveira 33? That is crazy. That must be one of those fake birth certificates from Brazil that is given the UFC. Either that, or that is a hard 33. Because the man's 47 if he's a day. Sorry, he just is. Look at that dude. You know what I mean? Come on now. Anyway, Alexander Hernandez against Mike Breeden, 155 pounds. So this one, it went kind of as expected, you know what I mean? I took a roll of the dice on someone making their UFC debut, and look, Hernandez looked good. He just poured on the pressure, never let him get off the mark, and yeah, he just smashed him. Brilliant knockout. I expect to see Breeden come back though, because he's one of James Krause's guys, and as I always say, you see any fighter coached by James Krause, they're well worth a look, because it's a bloody good gym. That it's going to be the gym in like 2022, 2023. A lot onwards, that is going to be the gym that a lot of the good fighters are going to be coming out of. Spectacular KO for Hernandez. Terrible bet for me. Then we had Krzysztof Jotko against Misha Kirkinov. Honestly, this one was a bit of a dull affair. Thought it would be. If Jotko was going to get the win, it was always going to be a bit of a dull affair. As Dan Hardy alluded to this, he said, you know, when Jotko wins, he just kind of plods away. It's why he doesn't really stand out. And it's true, he did. You know, I don't think that Kirkinov showed quite enough urgency, if I'm totally honest. Jotko's also kind of a dick, just FYI. I mean, he grabbed the fence to stop the takedown in the first round, that's fine, but then he poked the guy in the eye, like in the final round, and then wouldn't let, like, the guy, if you poke someone in the eye, they have up to 5 minutes to recover. Don't stand there going, oh, let's go, come on. You committed the foul, you fucking dick. Shut your mouth. Anyway, yeah, I don't care who Jotko fights next. Honestly, I'm more interested to see who Kirkinov fights next. I still maintain that Kirkinov has submitted better people than Jotko, so I'll stand by that statement. Terrible fight, terrible bet. Holland versus Daukaus at 185 pounds. Look, it was unfortunate, but some people are calling it a headbutt. It wasn't a headbutt, it was a clash of heads. Look, it was 50-50. Like Holland actually leaned in further than Daukaus did. He just leaned in with his chin, which is a fucking bold move. Bold move. Daukaus did what he should have done. He pounced. His BJJ looked very sharp. I kind of want my money. Because he did submit him. My bet was that Daukaus would submit him. I didn't specify whether it would come off the back of a clash of heads or whatever. I want my goddamn money. I feel like I won that bet. My bet was spot on. I got screwed. Great bet. I got screwed. Santos versus Walker, 205 pounds. It was a great walkout slash dance out for Johnny Walker. Man, he's a weird guy, isn't he? He is a weird guy. Look, at the end of the day, he's going to be fighting at heavyweight eventually. The dude's 6'6". He's not making that weight forever. And yeah, it's just, at the end of the day, as I said, look, I said that Santos would win this fight by keeping it simple, sticking to the basics, and that's what he did. He didn't get the knockout like I wanted him to, like I thought he might, but he did exactly what he needed to do. Was it the most thrilling fight in the world? No, not really, but Santos definitely got the better of the exchanges. He landed the more effective strikes, and exactly as I thought he would. So yeah, terrible bet because I bet on the knockout. So yeah, it was an okay fight, terrible bet. So yeah, just wanted to say before I go into the news, that I really appreciate you watching. If you could possibly give me a like and give me a subscribe, that would be absolutely amazing. Let me know in the comments how terrible you think my bets are, or how or what an idiot you think I am. It all helps my algorithm, as I will get to in a moment. So just if you listen to this as well, please tell your friends, just share it. Word of mouth is really good as well. Just make sure that you like, share and subscribe, because that helps me out massively, and your support is much appreciated. It really, really is. And don't forget, on my Patreon, there are exclusive audio podcasts that go on there that are really good. The Patreon is an absolute bargain. If you want to just head over there and support the show, there are some really great audio podcasts that I do, like whilst I'm putting together these videos. And actually, it's some of the best stuff that I do, because it's really just, a lot of the time it's just stuff that comes out of my mouth, which can actually sometimes be pretty funny, pretty entertaining. So anyway, let's jump into the news. Before I jump into the news, though, I just wanted to address one thing, right? I've seen a lot of comments on because I did a clip of it, the Nick Diaz thing, where I say, no, Luis Gomez, I think he called it exactly right. Nick Diaz is an autistic thug. He is. He doesn't make eye contact. Now, I want to clarify something here. A lot of people have been commenting on that, saying, oh, look at it. One of them in particular entertained the fuck out of me. He's just, oh, look at this long-haired neckbeard talking shit. It's like, okay, yeah, no, that's fair. I do have long hair and my beard is magnificent. Thank you for noticing. I would just like to say that I wasn't really talking shit. Right? I don't know if you know what talking shit is, right? If you think that was talking shit, you should have seen me whilst the fight was going on. I was talking some mad shit because Diaz he didn't look good, man. And I wasn't saying that he was autistic like it's in a bad way, right? Do you know what I mean? It's probably what allows him to focus in on his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to the point that he's one of the absolute best in the world. Because, like, do you know what I mean? Actually, Steven Spielberg is autistic. Do you know what I mean? It's what allows him to pay that kind of attention to detail. I wasn't saying that it was a negative thing. Not at all. I was saying it was a little funny. It was a funny way to describe him. So I guess, yeah, I mean, really, I was talking shit. But wow, yeah, you should have heard what I was saying during the fight. Jesus Christ, if you think that was bad. Like, all these Diaz Army guys, they do come at you. Don't get me wrong, I am a huge Diaz fan as well. I love the Diaz brothers. Like, I'm Diaz till I die. But, you got to call it like you see it sometimes, don't you? Huh? But yeah, anyway, moving on. So, Miesha Tate accuses Aspen Ladd of cheating. So, you know what, maybe she was. I'm not a huge expert here. In fair, Tate knows more than I do. But, you know what, I doubt that Aspen Ladd's the first to do it. Aspen Ladd, she came off kind of good here, though, because she just said, look, fair enough, I missed weight, but I'm not getting into a slag-in match with you on the cheating speculation. Honestly, that's a fight they could make down the road. I don't massively like Tate's chances in that, because Aspen Ladd is bloody good. I don't think she's going to fight 135. She's going to have to go up to 135, because I think they were trying to make, or whatever. She's going to have to go up a weight class. That is what Aspen Ladd is going to have to do. If that weight cut is that brutal for her, she's going to need to go up. But yeah, unfortunate, because I was looking forward to that fight. But hey, you know what? All these big fights start with a Twitter beef. They all start with Twitter beef. Twitter's great for Twitter should get a matchmaking fucking commission from the UFC. Do you know what I mean? Because it seems like all the big fights start as Twitter beef. Then you've got, as I did call for this fight, Dan Hooker is stepping in to fight Islam Makhachev. That's coming up pretty soon. It's another one, like I said, I thought that should happen. Shelby must be watching. Maybe I should get a commission on matchmaking as well. This is an interesting fight. It's certainly a test for Makhachev. It's just certainly a step up in competition. Makhachev will be the favourite, rightfully so. But I think Hooker, he's got some tools that could be a real problem for Makhachev. His range and his knees could be a real issue. And you know what? I'm looking forward to that fight. But look at the big balls on Dan Hooker just walking in there just like, yeah, I'll fight you, mate. I'll fight you any day, any time. That was a terrible Dan Hooker impression. That was just a home and away impression. But yeah, anyway. Troll of the week. Basically, lots of trolls on John Jones this week, rightfully so, because, I mean, he did a dickhead thing, and now we're going to make fun of him for it. And I think, honestly, that's pretty fair. Do you know what I mean? So, the first one, right, what should I do? The first one, yeah. Because he released a video, right, with him and his missus on Instagram saying, oh, I'll stay with you through the ups and the downs. I'll stay with you. Shut the fuck up, John. Jesus Christ. At least give it a minute. Anyway, this was hilarious because they've taken that exact screenshot, right, of him saying, I'll stay with you, and her, like, kissing him. But then they've put, like, a guy, like, a hand holding a gun at her. It's just like, yeah, no, he's coercing her with a gun. Because I did think it was very odd. It was a very odd video. It was weird, man. It seems like it's gone from bad to weird. It's just weird at this point. And yeah, Johnny, they're in a car. Why? I don't know. It's weird. Weird, John. Weird move. Anyway, next one is just, this is how I imagine John Jones talking to his wife. And he's just got a picture of just a guy who's like real angry. He's like, I said we're kissing for Instagram. And it's like, yeah, no, that could be what happened. I mean, apparently she was terrible. I mean, like, I don't want to make light of it, but it's just, I mean, these are pretty funny. I mean, she has come out and said that, you know, she's going to stay with him and not press charges and that. At a certain point, you know, if you're going back, it's like, I don't know. I don't want to comment too much on that. But anyway, I've got one more that, this one, another one that relates to John Jones, using Kermit the Frog, which is wonderful. It's like, listen, if drunk me said or did something, you got to take it up with drunk me. Don't come at me sober. We weren't there. We don't know what happened. To be fair, I can relate to that. I'm not going to, you know, pretend like we've all been there. We've all been drunk and done stupid stuff. I've never been drunk and beaten up my girlfriend or significant other, though. So I can say that I've never done that. And I don't like the whole thing where he's coming out saying, oh, I've just had too much trauma to be able to drink alcohol. It's like, no, come on. Look, could you just admit that maybe there's a problem with the relationship? Because maybe she's no angel. Maybe she's a button pusher. Who knows? I'm not saying that that's right, but maybe we only know one half of the story is what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? So maybe like there was antagonization there, which, you know, I'm not condoning any part of it, but we don't know the full picture, is what I would say. And then we've got one more thing here. And the more I look at this, the more I think, because I got this off Reddit, right? I don't know, where did they get that picture of like that Japanese cartoon girl from? Because I feel like that's weird. There's something weird about that. Yeah, but anyway, you got Blonde Brunson as the Terminator, and this poor girl's crying underneath the desk, getting away from the Terminator. It's like, and that's the middleweight division. Blonde Brunson is the Terminator of the middleweight division. He just might be. He just might be, because he is smashing everybody since he went blonde. That's the key, guys. That's the key. Go blonde and get those wins. So, what we do? I think there's is there a UFC event on this weekend? Let's just have a quick look. I can't even remember. I know that the next big fight is, well, the next big event is Teixeira against Blachowicz, isn't it? That's a big pay-per-view coming up. I'm wondering if there's anything between then and now, because that's not until the end of October. Surely there's one. So, 9th of October, we've got Dern versus Rodriguez. Interesting. Yeah, Mackenzie Dern getting her first main event. Holly Holm taking on Viana. That's interesting. Vittori against Costa as well. Oh, no, wait. Hang on. No, that's the next week. So, yeah, in the next couple of weeks, you've got Dern versus Rodriguez, Holm versus Dumont, and then October 24th is Costa Vittori, and then you've got Blachowicz versus Teixeira. Who's actually on this card this week? Let's have a quick butchers. See, get a couple of ideas for some terrible bets. You've got, Randy Brown's on there, Tim Elliott, Phil Horse. Oh, yeah, it's not the strongest card in the world. I'm not gonna lie. Do you know what I mean? But then again, you know, they can't all be. Oh, Alexander Romanov, I like him. Heavyweight. That should be fun. Against Vandera as well. Oh, interesting. Oh, Damon Jackson. Holy shit. He looks like Trevor out of Grand Theft Auto. He looks against Charles Rosa, the jiu-jitsu guy. Yeah, there's some decent fights on there. It should be a fun card. Look, anytime you get people punching each other in the face for money, it's always a good time. I intend on putting some terrible bets down. They will be on the Patreon on Friday, on the YouTube on Saturday. Until then, keep those odds long and those bets terrible.